All right, that was very interesting. I have to say, I wasn't expecting this at all, but it was a pleasant surprise. It was kind of like a better version of Pop Goes Punk, because there they would take things like Nothing Like a G6 or whatever. Here they take a masterpiece like Toto's Africa and turn it into an awesome punky kind of pop punky song. Very
It's
cool.
super interesting.
Yeah, well, basically, I listened to I don't know if you guys listen to it too, but the Weezer version of Africa. Have you listened to that one? No, the
No.
Weezer did a cover of it a couple of years ago. I don't know, it was a year ago, a couple of ones, and I listened to it. I was like, it's okay. There was nothing really new about it. Like they tried to make it into Weezer, but it didn't really have much energy. It kind of went flat. But this had so much energy, had so much power. Like, and that chorus was just absolutely amazing.
Epic, wasn't it? I mean, it was, to be honest with you, I listened to the track. It's off this new EP, which I'll have to find out when it came out, but it was recently. It's in 2021. And I was like, this is banging because it has that kind of like punky start and then it goes into like the more kind of emo-y kind of chorus and stuff. And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, I recognise this song. I recognise this song from somewhere. And then I listened to the second track on the EP and it's Zombie by the Cranberries. And I was like, oh, okay, which is also really good. You should listen to it. It's not my next song. That's not how I've done it because they're both from Vancouver because it's the same band, honestly. But like, it was absolutely brilliant. And then I was like, it's Africa by Toto. So then I jump onto YouTube and I'm like, listening to Africa by Toto, and I'm sure it's this song. And it took me till the chorus to realise it because they changed the sound so much. And I thought, this is going in. I enjoyed it. So, yeah, that's Chief State. Is what they're called.
I want to chat about actually Toto, the Africa, the original version. That song is always one of those songs that comes on a night out, some sort of club or whatever it is, that you've got some cheesy like tunes on and everyone's just getting drunk. And when that song comes on, everyone just goes mad because everyone just loves that song. When it comes up, it's like slowly builds, and then that chorus, everyone's like, "Can I take a lot to drive me away from you?" It's amazing. It's great. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's interesting what Mike was saying about the night out, and it's definitely a sing-along song as well. But, I want to also remind everyone of just how important and influential Toto was. They may seem like just another pop band from the 80s, but, they had probably one of the greatest drummers of all time, Jeff Porcaro, who completely revolutionized drumming with the Jeff Porcaro shuffle, of course, which is more from Rosanna than this one, but just such a great band. And Steve Lukather is a brilliant guitarist. If you've never listened to their cover of While My Guitar Gently Sleeps, which was live, and it's basically Steve Lukather singing and playing guitar, it's one of the greatest pieces of live music ever. So, just want to say Toto's amazing. Don't knock them. They're not my style, but Toto are gods.
Oh, Toto, I've got Hold the Line, Rosanna, and Africa. Those three songs itself are bloody amazing. They're just absolute tunes. They're the songs when they come up, and you just want to sing along to them every single time. But going back to Cheapskate, I mean, they're a band from Vancouver. They don't seem to be that popular, so it's cool that they've done some sort of cover like this because obviously people like that stuff, so they jump onto that, and that's how they get big, don't they?
For sure. I mean, they've been going since 2016, but I didn't write it down. I'll have to double check, but I think they average about 38,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, which in the grand scheme of things is absolutely tiny. It's not a lot. But just going back to what you were saying, Mike, about Toto in a club, I just want to set the scene here, like setting the scene, right? COVID's over. You're in Underworld. It's a Friday night. The last song drops and it's Africa by Chief State. Can you imagine everyone being like moshing, going, Africa?
That'd be amazing.
It would be insane. I'd go and see him. I like that song.
Outside the kebab shops in Camden, just people singing Africa, but like in screaming instead. Brilliant. It'll be brilliant.
Amazing.
Oh, brilliant. Mike, do you want to kick off the ratings? Or no, Jacopo, you kick off the ratings. I don't think you've kicked off yet.
Right, so I think this is a very, very cool cover of Africa. And, like I said, it reminded me a bit of the Pop Goes Punk stuff, but of a higher quality.
I can understand that.
Also, because it's a cover, I think the ratings need to be considered differently. So, as a cover, I think it should have a different rating or a different basis than what you would consider an original song. So,
I also think that's fair.
I think what they've done is update a very, very popular song and made it their own. I loved the drums at the end, which reminded me a bit of early AFI, sort of the tum 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 tum, which was very cool. So I'm gonna give this an 8, considering it's a cover.
Huge. That's a huge
Very,
rating there.
very nice of you, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be letting them know.
Yeah, for me, the fact that I think the song itself is a very good. Obviously, it's Toto, isn't it? It's amazing, but I don't know. I mean, I think it started off a little bit messy. It was all over the place, and I didn't really like the start of it. It was kind of like they were kind of building up to try and get to the chorus as quick as possible, and I didn't really like that. And because of that, I'm going to rate it a little bit lower than what I normally would rate, and a song like this of such caliber. But so I'm probably going to rate it probably a 6.5. The 0.5 being the fact that it is Toto and it is Africa. Obviously, that's the song. But I think it's been executed well. The chorus is amazing, and I think the ending is amazing. But I think the verse and the build up was a bit, hit and miss. Personally, that's just my opinion, though.
So for me, I'm going to hit it straight up. I wrote down 8 out of 10 during the song, and the reason for that is because I added it to my playlist. And then Jacopo, when you started talking about has to be considered differently because it's a cover, I'm thinking, oh no, it's going to go in low. So what am I going to do here? Going to have to break the rules of adding it to the playlist and stuff. But for me, I quite like the intro, but that's probably coming from like the more of a punk background, because you guys are more from a metal background. I kind of come back from a more of a punky background. So when I heard that, it kind of took me back to the days of sitting in a skate park, not skateboarding because I couldn't, and drinking with my mates and stuff, listening to things like Narwhals and Great Cynics and things like that. So yeah, it brought back a few memories. And then obviously when the chorus comes in, it's so energetic, it's so fun. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for me as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to go back quickly to the bit you were saying, when I mentioned about it being a cover. I think if a song is original, you also need to look at the songwriting and everything. And I think Mike gave this rating considering the cover thing as the 0.5 of the source material in the 6.5. I was looking at it purely as a cover. So taking the song as it is, without considering how great the song is or isn't, and just how they've updated it and worked on it and made it their own and turned it into an absolutely credible punk song. I have to say, I really like the intro and everything. It isn't anything new or revolutionary. It's a very good pop punky, but more punk song, I think it's very cool. And I think it was a very good choice. So thank you for adding this. I'll check them out and be the 38,001 monthly.
And listen to Zombie as well, because that's just as good of a cover, in my opinion.
Another great song, by the way.
So this next track is something I've been really excited to share with you guys. It's by a band called One Morning Left. They're from Finland. They were founded in 2008. They've been going for quite a while, but I feel like now they're really hitting their breakthrough status, and they have a nice mix of like electronic, hardcore, metalcore, and it's very unique, and I don't think I've heard a band that's very similar to this. And I'm really, really excited to share with you guys the track. This song is "Sinners Are Winners" by One Morning Left.
Let's go.